everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with Sophie Hellyer. We met a couple of years ago on a shoot. We are going to do one of these assumption videos. I kind of, honestly, like, I was watching all of these and I was like, I don't think I could do that, but then Sophie managed to convince me to do it, so
blame me for the next
Sophie.
few minutes of YouTube.
Before we get started, can you please introduce yourself and what you do and who you are, and yeah.
So I'm a surfer, writer, cold water swimmer. I do some freelance producing.
You do some modelling.
I do some modelling. Yeah, I do lots of things.
A lot of sustainability stuff. Basically, yeah, we met on a shoot, but it was through sustainability stuff that I started to actually like her.
Yeah, I basically use sport to talk about environmental issues and feminism, so I trick you into thinking I'm writing about football and then boom,
feminism. For Sophie's followers, I am a food and fitness blogger. I do a little bit of sustainability stuff as well, but I'm also a social media consultant. So we're gonna like, should we just...
I'm gonna interview you.
Okay. Okay.
First, right?
Yeah.
Dun dun dun. Flora, I assume you always want to learn new things.
Correct. Yeah, I literally only left uni like 2 years ago, and even before then I was always trying to learn new things. So yes, I am always trying to learn new things and like going to talks and stuff.
Great. You prefer running to boxing?
Ooh, no, definitely not. Actually, it kind of depends on my mood. If I want to be getting outside and to like think about things, then I really like running, but if I just want to hit things, then running's no good, so that's when we go to boxing.
I think Flora prefers hitting things.
I prefer hitting things.
You've always been sporty.
Incorrect. I was kind of always active as a child, but I'm really, really bad at team sports. Obviously, like as you go through school, most sports, the things that you do are like hockey, netball, like tennis. Do people do tennis? I don't know, lacrosse, things like that. I am honestly shocking at pretty much all of those things. So it wasn't actually until I was like 15 when I discovered that you don't have to do sports with other people that I actually became interested or good at it.
Solitary sport.
Basically, I don't really like people, and team sports are not for me.
I assume that you come from a privileged background.
Definitely true. I don't think that's a difficult one to assume. I am very aware of my privilege. There's not really much I can do about it, but yeah, it is definitely true that I'm from a privileged background.
This person is silly. I assume that you don't get enough sleep.
Incorrect. I am totally obsessed with sleep, and I would say that sleep, I used to have insomnia during kind of around my A-levels time, and it made the most massive difference to my health getting my sleep back on track. So I had literally like a few hours of sleep a night during my A-levels, which was not ideal, and then since then I kind of like focus on sleep almost more than I focus on anything else.
Basically, big fan of sleep.
Yeah, so as long as I'm getting enough movement and sleeping enough every single day, then everything is usually pretty good.
I assume you're very clever.
I think everyone assumes that they're cleverer than they actually are. This is actually like a known phenomenon. There's something called illusory superiority, where the less clever you are, the more clever you think you are.
Because that epic quote about like about not knowing what you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So the less you know, the less you don't know what there is to know, and so you assume you know more than you do.
My brain is hot.
And like literally like explaining this makes me just seem like an absolute prat, and like I might be one of these
I think
people.
You're quite clever.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that person's right. I assume you've always been slim.
Yeah, I've never been overweight, but my BMI has been higher than it is now, if that's what they're asking. But I've definitely not always been, like, I guess I was like skinny fat previously.
Yes.
I've always been quite muscly because I did gymnastics when I was younger, but not really.
I assume that you are very active and you get restless when you're not training every day.
I definitely don't train every day. I had a couple of questions like this actually. I had a lot of people being like,
I assume you train every day. I texted you yesterday and was like, you're the exercise queen.
I was like, I haven't trained since Friday. No, I train, well, it actually totally varies. Like during marathon training, I was doing like 3 times a week, which is actually less than I was doing before. For boxing training, I was doing 6 times a week, so that's a lot more. But yeah, it just totally varies.
This one's a bit deep and bitchy. I assume you tie your self-worth with being good at sports. And the same person, I think, said you did the marathon for external validation.
Interesting. I think as a fitness influencer, I do at least have some responsibility to be good at sports, or like be fit. Like, I can't talk about fitness if I've got no experience in fitness. But no, I would say I've always wanted to do like you know, extreme things. Like way before social media, I was still wanting to go out on like big hikes and stuff, and even if I didn't put it on social media, I still think that I would want to do that. As for the marathon, no, I definitely didn't do that for external validation.
No,
otherwise,
the marathon.
no, like that's a long way to run just for someone to be like, well done.
Come back, Flora.
No, but I mean, obviously it's nice when people are like, congratulations.
I assume you found it easy to go vegan, as she drinks her kombucha.
This is kombucha, by the way, and not beer. For anyone who is thinking. Not sponsored, just wanted to prove that it's not beer. Yeah, I think I did. But I've been like but I've been like pescatarian since I was 4, so I guess like once you already have dietary requirements, you have to already make adjustments, like when you go out for meals and stuff and when you're cooking. So I feel like it's much easier then to make a couple of extra adjustments to go vegan or something like that.
I'm with this person. I assume you always wake up early and you never hit snooze.
Correct. Yeah, I love waking up early. Well, I define early, but yeah, I like waking up.
I know this because whenever I'm in bed having a lie-in and it's like 8:30, I go on Instagram stories and Flora's there like,
I'm up and out.
I'm going for a run.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I hate. Also, snooze just totally messes up your mind. So don't hit snooze ever. That's just my advice of the day.
Okay, I assume you feel the need to exaggerate business out of fear people don't take influencer seriously.
I don't think I exaggerate business. I do what I do. I do what I do, and I do think that people don't take the job influencer seriously, which is why I try not to call myself an influencer, because I think I actually do quite a lot of other stuff. But I don't think that's exaggerating. I actually just do quite a lot of other stuff. I focus on other aspects of my job because I don't think that the job influencer will be around forever, and I would like to have some other life skills, if that's okay.
I also think influence is just a stupid term because anyone can be an influencer.
Right.
You know, you can influence anybody in your life. If you've don't even have social media, you can chat to someone in a coffee shop and influence them.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
It's not a job title.
No.
I assume your family is very independent.
Yeah, so for all of you who don't know, I have 3 sisters, and we are all incredibly independent. We all do different stuff, although Grace and I obviously do quite similar stuff, but we all have our own trajectories, and yeah, I would say independent is probably the word. But actually, hang on, having said that, I think there's nothing closer than having a lot of sisters. We are like this, and we fight for each other's corners quite a lot as well.
This one's going to wind her up. I assume you got into social media because of Grace. For people who don't know, Flora's sister is, I don't even know what it is, Grace Fit
UK?
Grace Fit UK.
Yeah. Yeah, so obviously Grace has a really amazing Instagram and a huge following. I think she's got over 1 million followers now. But no, I do get that question quite a lot, and I do think that more people think it than ask it. I set up my fitness Instagram account 2 years before Grace did, and at that point an influencer was not even a thing. I just set it up as part of recovering from an eating disorder, and I never expected it to actually get to where it is today. So no, I did not start it because of Grace, and I would like to think that it has some merit in its own right, outside of being a sub-thread of Grace.
I assume that you couldn't work an office 9-to-5 job now.
I don't think I want to.
Yeah.
I think I probably could.
I mean, that's the answer. I assume you've always been organised and driven.
Yeah. Pretty much. I like being organised.
I assume you were at least partly disappointed in your marathon time.
Initially, yes. But no, I don't think you can be disappointed for finishing a marathon slightly slower than you hoped.
You still do it in like 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
It's still a very, very good time.
But I just think finishing it is just quite cool.
Yeah.
You know, either way.
I assume you were popular in school growing up.
Another one. God, you guys don't know me at all. I was so unpopular.
You look
like really.
right?
No, I was really, really unpopular. But it was so difficult for me to make friends that the friends that I have made, I now have kept. Like, we are so close. I'm so close to all of the few friends that I did make at school because it was so difficult to get there.
I assume you're very open-minded and will fight for what you believe in.
I like to think that I'm open-minded. And I definitely do fight for what I believe in, but I'm also really scared of other people not agreeing with me. Just like I hate disagreement, like I hate
confrontation.
I hate confrontation, that's exactly it. But at the same time, if it's something I believe in, then like you gotta fight for it, you know?
I assume you have a more negative than positive mindset.
Also not true. I thought that everyone would think the opposite. I think I'm actually a really positive person, but I definitely haven't always been like that. But yeah, I've definitely worked hard on having a more positive than negative mindset.
Okay, this one is from a stupid person. I assume you don't like pizza.
What? Wrong! What is wrong with you guys?
Everybody likes pizza.
Everyone likes pizza. I absolutely love pizza.
Presumably vegan cheese, but yes.
Yes, obviously it goes without saying.
I assume you are tall.
This is so unhelpful.
It's not that helpful.
That was really unhelpful.
Trying to help with the answer there.
No, I'm above average height, but I'm also, yeah, not tall, no.
That's all of the assumptions about you.
I don't think there were too many like really horrible ones in there, but maybe we just didn't pick them out to say. Okay, let's go on to Sophie's. So I can't imagine that anyone would have anything bad to say about Sophie or like horrible assumptions, but I guess we're about to find out.
Oh god.
Okay, I assume that you're still annoyed about the bobble on your hat that accidentally pulled off at school. Who is writing these?
I love that is the first one that got read out. I literally have no memory whatsoever of anyone pulling a bobble hat off my hat in school and me being annoyed, but I probably would have been annoyed.
If you still remembered.
That's weird. Sorry about that one, guys.
I assume that you haven't surfed for months.
Yes, so, siren going by. Wow! I moved to London 9 months ago, and I was surfing quite a lot when I first moved here. I was going away at the weekends and I went surfing in the Maldives. But the last proper surf I had was probably in October, so it's been November, December, January, February. But I'm going out to Ireland probably next week for a few weeks, so get some surfing in, because it's probably the first time in my life that I have been 4 months without surfing.
I assume that you don't worry about money.
Oh, I wish. I really try hard not to, and I am quite kind of carefree with my money, but I also have a breakdown kind of quite regularly, about once a month. Normally when my rent's due.
Miraculous.
About the fact I don't have any money, and I don't have any savings, and I don't have pension, and I can't get a mortgage, and money definitely stresses me out and is something I carry around all the time, but I just try and ignore it. I probably need to sort out my relationship with money at some stage.
But do you think you're alone in feeling that?
Absolutely not.
No. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure everyone feels like that. I mean, I was looking up how to get a mortgage last night and I just wanted to cry, so I went to sleep.
Yeah.
You are the youngest child.
I am. I'm the youngest of 4.
Yay, great number. That your favourite meal is breakfast.
Yes, my favourite meal is breakfast. I love breakfast. It starts at 6:30 and it ends at 11:30.
Could be all day, really. Let's be honest. So if you don't know, Sophie does like cold water swimming, and I always get her Instagram stories of her like jumping into some icy lake somewhere. So I assume that the colder the water, the more determined you are to swim.
Yeah, I would probably say that. If I know there's going to be a cold spell or it's going to be icy or quite extreme, that is when I really want to get in. And like when Hampstead Ponds gets warmer in the summer and it gets busier, I've just got no interest in going.
You are
the colder
so
the
weird.
better.
It's so weird. I assume that you get free sustainability gifts.
Yeah, I do get gifted some stuff.
As do pretty much every blogger.
Yeah, I have a drawer full of bamboo toothbrushes from different brands to test out.
You should totally give them to your friends and make them all.
I do. Well, all my family gets them for Christmas.
Nice.
So yeah, I do get some really nice little gifts, and I do always try to, you know, write #gifted or whatever if it's something I've been given, so you guys know. But a lot of the stuff I review and I talk about is also just stuff that I go out and buy. So hopefully it's easy to tell the difference with what I write.
I assume you're vegan.
I am not vegan. Dun, dun, dun. No, I'm vegetarian. I don't eat much dairy. I'm intolerant to dairy. But I do eat eggs occasionally, and occasionally chocolate. I only cook vegan at home, but I'm a bit loose, you know.
Loosey-goosey.
And I really would like to be vegan, and it's something that I am working towards. I just need to get a bit more organised.
I assume you're one-footed, terrible, weaker foot, decent with the other foot. Sophie does football. I don't.
So that was I assume you're one-footed, terrible, weaker foot, but decent with the other mind. Yes. I actually would say I'm pretty average with both feet. I think my fitness is my skill in football, so in a 11-a-side match I can run up and down the wing for 90 minutes non-stop without tiring.
You should just take up running.
I'm good at chasing a ball. But I wouldn't say I'm like highly skilled with my right or left foot. I normally just like get the ball and run up the wing and cross it in and panic.
That was a niche one for all you footy fans. I assume that your eco-friendly agenda comes from it being a popular thing to do.
Yeah, this one actually really triggered me when I read it. So I grew up surfing, and I was a sponsored surfer I was sponsored by Roxy for like 10 years. And with the surfing and travelling, I saw a lot of pollution, especially plastic pollution. So I've kind of always been aware of water quality. And so like 5 years ago, I was on the cover of Surf Girl magazine wearing a bikini made from recycled plastics, riding a handmade eco wooden surfboard. And it definitely wasn't even a thing then. So 5 years ago, I was talking about plastic pollution, and no one was really listening. And like when I was 18, I got sewage in my lung, and I had to have a lung operation from dirty seawater. So I think I've been campaigning for a long time about kind of the oceans, plastic pollution. It's definitely not because it's a popular thing to do. In fact, it's kind of the opposite.
I would say it's not, yeah.
The opposite is like now plastic pollution is kind of becoming mainstream. I feel like I've quite stepped away from that stuff in my blogging, because I feel like so many people are campaigning for plastic pollution. That's kind of being dealt with, and hence I actually work a bit more on the kind of representation of women in surfing and the feminism side of things, because I feel like other people are doing the eco thing. It's getting done, hopefully.
Nice. Good answer. Hard not to sound offensive when you're really angry about things.
Yeah, definitely.
Like annoyed,
not,
yeah. Oh good, this one's gonna help. I assume you don't have an actual job.
This one also triggered me. I don't go to an office 9 till 5 and work Monday to Friday. No, but I do enough. I work freelance in loads of different sectors, whether it's writing or producing or modelling or blogging, and I make enough money to pay my rent, just about. And you know, I don't have any support from I grew up like a working class single mum, and don't have any like financial support or savings, so like I have an actual job in the way that I do work, pay my rent and pay taxes. Yeah. So I guess maybe you need to loosen your thoughts about what an actual job is.
I think a lot of people need to do that.
Yeah.
Especially older people.
I don't make a lot of money. But
like so don't a lot of people with an actual job. I don't think it's about how much you earn. It's about like, do you work regularly? Yes. Okay, you have a job. Well done. Okay. Yeah. Moving on. God, this one's not gonna help.
All the bitchy ones.
Yeah. Sorry. There's like a long spate of bitchy ones. I assume that you used to love a skimpy bikini and boys looking at you.
Okay, so firstly, the word skimpy I think is not cool. A bikini is a bikini. Skimpy is like something that you're attaching to it. So I loved boys looking at me. I would definitely say this isn't true. Most of my friends who know me know that I just dress like a teenage boy all the time. And I actually think a lot of the reason to do that is that I don't want people looking at me. That, you know, walking around London and every single time you leave the house having someone catcall you or whistle at you or shout at you, even just like getting on my bike to go to the supermarket, men like hollering at you, it's fucking horrible and it's exhausting, and I don't always want to be judged for my appearance and have that be you know, my aesthetic, the thing that defines me. So I would like, no, I don't love boys looking at me, and I don't think I ever did. Quite the opposite. I try and like hide my figure, and
which we shouldn't have to do, and like
so I shouldn't have
just
to,
because
it's so fucked up.
Even if you don't hide your figure, like that doesn't make it okay for boys to be doing that, or mean that you're doing it specifically to get the attention from
it's
boys
kind of like
anyone.
annoying that I don't feel comfortable going out wearing like a dress and bare
Yeah,
legs, because
exactly.
I know I'll get cool, and I'm just like, why do you deserve to look at my legs? Go away.
Yeah, very much. I assume, this is a quick fire ones, assume that you don't trim your bush.
Obviously hasn't read my metal razor review where I give detailed description of how to shave your bush with a sustainable metal razor.
And this is why you're on my YouTube. I assume that you'd enjoy climbing.
Yes, going bouldering on Friday.
Are you? Can I come?
Yes.
Amazing. I assume that you like anal.
No comment.
I assume you're left-handed.
I am!
Correct. I assume that you're a little untidy.
Very wrong. My boyfriend thinks I should set up one of these cleanfluencer accounts because
Oh my god, yes.
I'm like very clean and tidy, very organised, and I basically just go to his house, but before I cook him dinner I like clean the whole kitchen and clean the house.
I do that too.
Which he hates me doing.
I assume you're a natural blonde.
I am! Well, I don't know if this counts as blonde. This is my natural colour. Kind of natural
Kind of
mouse.
the same as mine, yeah.
Natural mouse.
Or as I think the Germans call it, street dog brown, as someone told me while I was in Germany.
I prefer the term dirty blonde.
Okay, right. Assume you're always happy.
I actually feel I should speak about that one a little bit because a lot of the pictures I post on Instagram are always me like smiling and happy, and my partner has pointed out that maybe I should post some pictures that are a bit less me smiling all the time, because no, I'm not always happy and life can be hard and challenging sometimes. Maybe I don't always show that side of it on my social media, and most pictures of me are me like with my massive grin. But I was like, oh, do I really want to put pictures of me being grumpy and miserable on it?
No, but I don't think it helps anyone if they assume that you're always happy.
Yeah.
It's not exactly relatable because no one's always happy.
Yeah, so I'm sorry if I give off some unrealistic thing that I'm happy all the time. I'm not happy all the time. Happy a lot of the time. But no, maybe I'll post a few more.
I mean, you don't have to be like, you know.
I'll post some videos of me crying at some stage.
Excellent, look forward to that. Assume that you're very confident in your body.
I would say I'd say I'm confident in my body. I love my body. It works and I appreciate it so much, being able to like move this amazing body and run and swim and cycle, and it's like fit and healthy, and I love it for those reasons.
That's it.
Cool.
We're done. Woo! I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too cliched, as I got a couple of messages saying, which is probably fair enough.
But for all the people who said they didn't want us to do an assumption video, don't watch it. Why are you still watching?
If you're still here
25 minutes later, what are you doing here?
Thank you for watching, for all of those who did enjoy it and did want to watch it. I hope you enjoyed meeting Sophie. Head over to her social channels, I will link them below, and I will see you next time when I'm going to be back to running.
Cheers.
Cheers.